morning, everybody, and welcome to another story time. As you can see, we are outside in my backyard, and I'm wondering if any of you can take a guess of why we're having a story time out here today. I'll give you a hint. Hang on. Can you see those red boots? Why might I be wearing my famous red boots? No, we're not going to be jumping in the puddles. What else might we do? What else happens in springtime that happens when the flowers come into bloom? Oh, you want to see my kitty? See if I can get her there. Did you see her? That was Twizzler. What happens in springtime? We notice something that happens with flowers and with the grass and with the tree. Yes, that's right. Spring means that we have flowers in bloom. And that also means that we're going to have time to plant our gardens. So I'm in my garden today, and I wanted to show you that I have these plants here. And these are little bean plants that we started probably about a week and a half ago. And they need to get into the ground because they're getting what we call quite leggy. But you know what? That's okay, because we're going to plant them in the ground really deep, and all those stalks will get new roots on them, which will help them drink up all the nutrients in the soil and from the water, and then we'll get lots of beans in a few months. So that's kind of nifty, because today's story is going to be about what grows above the ground, but also what happens underneath the ground while everything's growing. What goes on with all those bugs and those special worms that are in the dirt, and how do they help our plants grow? So we're going to learn a bit about that today. But first, I am going to plant these beans in my soil that I have prepared, and I'm hoping that will you wait for me? Will you wait for me until we can do our story? Ah, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'll get back to you as quick as I can. So wait for me. Bye-bye for now. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for waiting for me. I got my beans planted in the ground, and just as I finished, the skies opened up and the rain came pouring down on me. So for today, we're going to finish our story time inside, but I will try and plan for us another story time outside, okay? So we are going to carry on and read our book, though, about up in the garden and down in the dirt. And that's done by an author named Kate Mesner, and it's it's illustrated by Christopher Silas Neal. Now, Kate Mesner also wrote another book called Over Under, and it's a story that we may have read at some point in the library about animals and their habitats and hibernation. And for those of you that are older, you may be familiar with another book that she does, a series called Ranger Time, which showcases a very spirited puppy dog that is kind of like a, kind of like a private eye adventurer. But anyway, shall we get into our story? All right, here we go. Up in the garden and down in the dirt. Oh, do you see all those pictures of vegetables and some of those berries and stuff? I am very confident I'm going to have many of those growing in my garden. But one of the things I'm most excited about is pumpkins. I'm planting a special pumpkin. It's called a sugar pumpkin. And it's really, really good for making pumpkin pie because, you know, I love pumpkin pie. Do you like pie? Do you like apple pie or cherry pie or blueberry pie? Or maybe you like a lemon meringue? Or maybe you just like the ice cream and no pie at all. I don't know, but I'd like you to tell me one day. All right, here we go. Uh-oh, my computer's being slow. There we go. Up in the garden, I stand and plan, my hands full of seeds and my head full of dreams. Spring sun shines down to melt the sleepy snow. Wind whistles through last year's plants, and mud sucks at my rain boots. It's not quite time, Nana says. Down in the dirt, things need to dry out and warm up. Whoa, What's down there? I ask. Down in the dirt is a whole busy world of earthworms and insects digging and building and stirring up soil. They're already working down in the dirt. Do you notice a pattern here, boys and girls? Keep listening. Up in the garden we snap brittle stalks, scoop rustly armfuls, and wheel away weeds for the chickens. While they squabble and scratch, we spread compost over the soil. Down in the dirt, pill bugs chew through last year's leaves. I give a gentle poke. They roll up tight and hide in plated suits of armor, roly-poly round. Up in the garden, it's time to plant. I trail a furrow with my finger and sprinkle seeds in a careful row. Give them a drink, Nana says. We pat them down to snuggle in the dark. Down in the dirt, a tomato hornworm rests, waiting for wings, in the leaves where she'll lay her eggs. Up in the garden, carrot plants sprout, pea blossoms bloom, wasps are on the prowl, and honeybees visit, legs loaded with pollen. I weed and I wilt in sun so strong, even Nana looks for shade. Down in the dirt, earthworms tunnel deep. I'm jealous of their cool, damp, dark. Up in the garden, rain shower. Nana turns the hose on me. Eee! You see that little person there running away from Grandma? I hide behind the cucumber vines, but their leaves can't save me. I shiver and laugh, drenched in Nana's rain. Down in the dirt, water soaks deep. Roots drink it in, and long-legged spiders stilt walks over the streams. Up in the garden, there's so much to eat. Ladybugs feast on aphids. Nana crunches green beans. I bite a ripe tomato warm from the sun. Juice dribbles down my chin. Down in the dirt, a robin's beak finds a cricket, a beetle, a grub. Slugs are scrumptious, too. Up in the garden, we pick cukes and zucchini, harvesting into the dark. Bats swoop through the sunflowers, and I pluck June bugs from the basil until it's time for bed. Down in the dirt, skunks work the night shift. They snuffle and dig and gobble cutworms while I sleep. Up in the garden, a praying mantis wakes to hunt mosquitoes. Nana sprays away the aphids, and I'm after grasshoppers, ready to swoosh, but snap! Someone else is faster. Down in the dirt, a smooth, shiny garter snake crunches on supper. Up in the garden, the wind grows cool. Pumpkins blush orange and sunflowers bow to September. Nana ties them together to build a house for reading. I think that would be a pretty cool place to read a story. What do you think? Down in the dirt, an orb weaver spins her web. Strand by silken strand, she'll munch on moths tonight. Up in the garden, colored leaves litter the squash vines, and we know the cold is coming. Hurry, hurry and harvest. There's enough for the neighbors too. Down in the dirt, frantic ants gather what we leave behind. They're storing food for cooler days ahead. Up in the garden, frost draws lace on leftover leaves where secret egg sacs hang, waiting for the warm to return. We say goodbye and spread the winter blankets. Down in the dirt, beetles burrow, ants scurry home, earthworms curl tight in the dark. When Grandpa calls us in for soup, an autumn moon is rising. Up in the garden, dry corn stalks tremble and the wind smells like winter. But the long, ripe days of summer still rest in the garden beds. The ladybugs and bumblebees, earthworms and ants are hunkered down, hiding, biding their time. Dreaming of sunshine and blossoms and sprouts, under the bare arms of trees and the blanketing snow, a whole new garden sleeps down in the dirt. And that's the end of our story, boys and girls. But I'm going to show you a few more pages here of this book because the author has made some notes about some animals that were mentioned in the book. And maybe you'd want to read on to learn about some of them. Maybe you'd want to draw some pictures of them or make your own story about them. Or maybe you might want to go out in your own backyards or maybe just for a nature walk and see if you can find some of the bugs or the bees that were mentioned in this book. Anyway, whatever you do, I hope you have a wonderful day. Hi, me again. Sorry. It seemed that as I was trying to say goodbye to you, everybody, that my computer went a little glitchy and broke down on me. So this is the last part of that story to say, I hope you're well and that I miss you and that until our next story time, I'll see you soon. Take care till then. Bye-bye.